And pettifogger?
Yes, that's also correct.
I've never heard these before. And I've been called a lot of things.
Okay, well, I decided to start the stream right there with expletives. So there you go. Pejoratives might be better.
She kind of makes a scrunch face.
So, perhaps I should clarify. These are very much appropriate and more effective in, shall we say, polite society.
Oh, well, if I wanted to be polite, I wouldn't bother with shit, piss, or damn.
Yes, well. You didn't really need me to teach you those ones, did you?
I guess not. Huh. I mean, maybe you can show me where to use them?
If we're ever in polite society, you'll see. I'm sure.
Graya scratches her butt for emphasis. Well, thanks. I guess I could keep this.
It is yours to do with what you will.
Well, thanks a lot. Hey, what are we doing?
Personally, I was thinking of heading to Old Oakley, but I was curious to see what the others might say. I'd prefer not to travel alone.
Well, I'm your bailiff, so I'm sticking with you.
Indeed. Let's see where the others are at then.
Everyone paid for board, I'm pretty sure. Eventually.
Yeah, Graya got to, like, baste herself in a tub of water.
I was going to say, did we pay for board in the last session or no?
I think so, because it came with the food.
I did, at least. I mean, I think most people did.
Okay.
I tried subsist and failed the roll, so I did.
You know, if you ever want to just like rough it, Graya gets an automatic success and can support 4 people in addition to herself.
That's extraordinarily useful.
What a convenient size.
It's almost like it's, tailored for a D&D party.
Fucking level 3, you're gonna be able to take care of 8 people.
Yeah, when my thing goes up, I'm gonna be like enormous, like 32 fucking people.
At level 7, it's 16, so you can support like a small platoon.
Nice. At that point, we can start our own posse and rove the wild side. And one of us can start talking about having plans and how we need money, and we're going to go to Tahiti once this is all done.
Arthur, I got a plan.
Dutch no.
Malimbago.
I have a plan, Graya.
See, who has a thick perception here besides Alex, because he is an expert in it. So he's basically cheating at this point.
I don't need no wisdom.
Not even close. I'm at a negative for wisdom.
I can give it a spin.
Oh, you're also an expert, at least, on Gunslinger.
Yeah, I mean, I get, I think, something.
Well, Atticus, Alex, and Abner, so all the A's. I just realized we have 3 A's and 2 G's.
Triple A.
You can be the gag squad.
Gig.
But you 3 can hear what sounds to be like a panic in the streets. Specifically, a woman running around.
Huh. Well, that doesn't sound good.
No. Shall we investigate?
I guess.
The good news
Yep.
is it's already coming close to you. Right whenever you get up to the door, a woman barges in through the... What do you call those fucking doors again? The bar doors.
Just like saloon double doors?
Saloon doors, yeah.
She comes bursting in and says, "My baby! She's gone! They took her! They took Agna!" Everybody in the saloon just kind of looks at the entrance.
Ma'am, don't worry. And he looks over at Gator. Could you execute her for a noise complaint? Could she be
Grimes
guilty for
squints.
that?
What's wrong
May-
with you?
May she be guilty for that, please.
Even if she were, the death sentence is not an appropriate punishment.
Oh, okay.
Sentence, does that mean you're a judge?
He is a judge. The honorable Gator. Alex Gator.
You gotta get that sheriff and his fucking deputy to get off their ass and save my baby!
Could you explain what happened, Miss?
It must have happened in the middle of the night. I didn't hear a damn thing, but I came in to see my baby this morning, and she was gone.
Well, they grow up so fast.
I see. Were there any footprints, signs, clues that the kidnappers would have left behind?
She'll just grab you by the hand and start pulling you out of the place.
Oh.
No way, I need that!
Well, that baby probably could have gotten hurt. It's
Very
a good
well.
thing I have all of these healing tinctures.
And poison!
No, I don't
Remember-
have any of that yet.
Then are you harmed? Do you need a hysteria aid?
Yes, I have some cocaine. That'll calm you right down. I actually do not have any cocaine yet. I'll get some later.
Do they
Funnily
grow
enough,
those here?
funnily enough, in the other campaign I do that's D&D, they're in a jungle, so the old man gathers coca leaves. Anyways, are you two inside going to follow them?
Yep.
She will lead you to a small, I don't want to say hut, because that's not what it is, but a small house. Let's just go with that.
Hovel, perhaps?
It's too neat to be a hovel, but yes, you're onto it. And she'll just kick open the front door, because it's not really on there very good, and then practically throw you forward into one of the rooms, where you can see there is the same thing you've seen before, where there's footprints all over the place, including up the walls. The window has been smashed in, but there was not glass in it, so it's just like the shutters on the window have been knocked off and thrown into the floor. and the small bed that happens to be in there is roughed up. Let me look at your "that's odd" thing again, because
Yeah.
I fucking think the footprints on the ceiling's odd. I don't think you need the feet for that.
Nah, it points out something that wouldn't otherwise be noticeable without like a check or some sort of investigation.
Okay, cool. I thought it was just like, that's weird.
I don't think there is anything in this case. It's very obvious what has happened.
Well, what happened to the ceiling? Why are there footprints on it? Is it that obvious? Because I don't see why there are boots in the ceiling. Unless they were running on the walls.
Just kind of squints at this like, the last time we investigated something like this, we nearly died.
Not from the goblins, though.
You know, you didn't get shot.
You say that as if I almost didn't die.
Yeah, but I got shot.
You got shot. You don't think they would shoot my baby, do you?
They shot me.
There are easier ways to kill a baby.
Alex is going to go looking for some footprints or some sign of the direction they went.
Generally out the window. But now I can give you your "that's odd" thing, maybe. Not really even, because you see footsteps go out just a couple feet before they stop. And then there is just a trail of 2 parallel lines.
A wagon, then. Wait, are there no, like, hoof prints or anything else?
No.
Just 2 lines?
Yes.
Ah, so they snowboarded out of here. Or
Now
turned
that-
into a pair of snakes.
Well, shall we set out? Perhaps get a horse or a cart?
Let's re-rent those horses, I guess.
Well, you don't know how far you're going, so you're gonna have to pay them afterward. So they're going to have to send somebody with you this time.
That seems unnecessary. We'll definitely bring them back.
And that's what they're there to ensure, that you definitely bring it back.
But does anybody disagree with this, or
Feels like
No
a fairly common
disagreements here.
practice.
I guess we're going hunting for goblins again.
all right? I suppose we should inform the sheriff before we go.
Oh, he already knows and he hasn't done a damn thing about it. We don't have anything to give you, but if you could get her back, you would have my thanks.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, so does anybody have any concerns or objections, or shall we just rent a cart and head off?
No objections, but there is no payment for this? Gratitude?
We're doing it for exposure. Potentially, literally, if we
Well,
stay out in the desert too long.
regardless of compensation, I and Graia technically are representatives of the law.
Well,
And
wherever you go, I too must also go.
Wait, what?
Question: why are we not getting
sorry?
the sheriff
What was
to
that?
get off his lazy ass?
I just want to be clear. You just said that because you and me are representatives of the law, we can't get paid.
It's not that we can't get paid; it's that we have to
Represent.
administer. Yeah, we have to administer the Queen's law in the lands. Kidnapping is a criminal offense.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'm with you.
Please sentence the kidnappers to execution.
It's highly likely.
Yes!
Your fascination with execution is somewhat disconcerting.
It's my one job.
If it's those scrumpin' boys, you executionate them extra hard.
Leave the little one be, yes? I mean, bring her back. But just leave her there.
Graia stares. You realize that if we go and rescue a kid, that means we should bring the kid back.
No, usually just means remove them from harm.
Which means bring them back.
Children
The desert
where I'm
is a
from
very
just
hazardous
goes back.
place.
Well, this is where she lives. A child who can't even find her way back home, well, what's the point?
Technically true.
If a child went out to the store and just didn't come back, it's kind of their fault.
Except in this event, she was
Carmen?
kidnapped.
I
so-
hate to break it to you, but I don't think you could find your way back here.
I'm not from here. Duh.
Alrighty. Got it.
Mr. Gator has the placid stare at the conversation that's unfolding in front of him.
Graia just stares with him.
I shouldn't have tried to use his own logic against him. He didn't get here through logic.
Yes, well, let's get to business.
Right, let's go find a kid before there's any more debate.
Yes.
I need to be right back a second.
Well, we'll worry about paying the horse and cart fees later because you don't know how long it's gonna be.
Yep.
Otherwise, is there anything else you're gonna do before you set out?
Even though the lady was against it, maybe mention to the sheriff that we'll be investigating this or his opinion on it.
He will certainly clarify again that the reason he's not sending anybody out is because if he were to leave, there would be nothing stopping the bandits from coming into the town and taking it over. And then
What
he
is
would-
the fucking point of you, Sheriff?
He would normally hire mercenaries to do things, but all the mercenaries are currently out trying to take on Vuzrat and then dying because they're incompetent, basically. Same with the Rangers, in fact.
Hmm. But yeah, the point wasn't really to accuse him of anything, just to inform him that we're following this up on this.
Well, listen. I'll go see if I can talk to the mayor about things while you're gone. And maybe we can get some type of bounty on him by the time you get back. You can conveniently turn it in when you return. How about that?
That's fine.
Acceptable.
But yeah, so let's do this then.
Okay, so fast forward, you get the horses, you get in the cart, you travel for a little bit.
Do we get the same horses?
I'm back.
Probably get, well,
Sure.
probably get the same horses, yes. I was gonna say they might be asleep because you used them yesterday, but it's been a whole
That's
day,
true.
so.
Yeah, arrested. I reacquaint myself with the horse. Probably already has a name, but I call it Catastros.
Somebody give me 2d12s. Actually, one first, and then we'll see if you have to do the second one. Yes, you do.
Someone else do the T12. Same one.
Oh man.
Did we do it? Did it work?
Well, I don't know what we're rolling for, but I'm gonna do it.
I think you needed 2.
Oh, I did that wrong.
Also,
Was it also a 9?
It was a 6, actually, which is an
What
upside
in
down
God?
9.
what's going on?
Ah! Okay, my first one was a 6, actually, though.
Okay, fair.
Somewhere along the path, you happen to see a bird flying overhead. It's very slow, though. Is this a bird of prey? I think it is.
For a moment,
It is a bird of prey, yes.
Garmworm thinks it's the fairy dragon.
I think it's Chester.
Thought it was Chester,
It's-
and then he realized it's not, and he just realizes I have not seen that little one in a while.
It's
Mr. Gator
got
takes a look.
feathered wings, not leather wings, so.
Some sort of bird.
So
Oh,
are we like riding on horseback, or do we have like the cart
Yes.
again?
To get the cart.
Okay, because Graya will be riding in the cart. She doesn't know how to ride a horse.
Does Mr. Gator recognize the
Mr. Gator
the
does
bird?
recognize this. Why don't you ask me a question about it? This would normally be in relation to its stats, but it's not gonna fight you, so that won't be.
I was gonna say the first thing is it doesn't seem hostile. So do I recognize like the species, the name?
You would know that this is an emperor bird, and that they're usually found in jungles. So it's kind of weird that it's around here. It's got peacock-like feathers in the back, so it's got the extremely long tail. I also believe peacocks do not fly, so it's weird that it's flying.
Oh,
Fly
they
a
do.
little.
They do.
They do. Like in the sky flying.
Yes.
I have to see this now.
I know this
Put it up and
from
watch together.
that movie, The Other Guy.
Okay, they do okay.
Because I went to a petting zoo when I was young, and they had goats, they had sheep, pigs, and a peacock. that was not part of the petting zoo. It had gotten out. And
Containment breach.
if you have never seen a peacock like fucking bird leap a 12-foot fence, and you're also like 6, mind you, so the bird is like the size of you.
Well, this is actually a medium-sized bird, so it's actually larger than that.
Oh,
That's a big fucking bird.
Yeah, and the peacock normally has long tail, right? This has that, and it also has like bone that stick out of the tail feathers as well that they can use to fucking whip you with.
Damn, nature, you scary.
And also, while you're looking up at this, Alex, you notice it's got like a almost reflective sheen on its tail feathers, and it kind of hurts your eyes to look at it in the sun.
Hmm. Interesting, but I don't know what I would do with that.
If you want to know exactly what it is, it would be this.
Graya just kind of looks up. Don't bother the birds.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what of interest I could do with that, even if I wanted to.
Shoot it! Shoot the bird!
I know. I was like, I just.
what a strange bird. Oh well, let's continue. He shuts the windows. Or draws the curtains.
Lucky it's not a fucking vulture and puke acid on you.
There are vultures that puke acid on you in this world.
Yeah, they do that in real life too.
But on you while flying, I guess?
I mean, they projectile vomit while they're on the ground.
Mm.
That's a real thing vultures do.
Dislike.
I think some of them also can squirt blood out their eyeballs too, like some lizards. I may be wrong on that one. That may be bullshit.
Some species shit all over their legs to cool themselves off.
Vultures, very disgusting.
Heard
But
that.
also very clean because they clean themselves a lot.
Don't they have like a natural like antibiotic or like soap or something from their legs?
I thought it was on their heads, which is why they're bald.
No, they're bald because feathers don't grow on their heads and neck to avoid accumulating gore. Because, you know, when they're fucking neck deep inside of rotting carcasses all day.
What are you all going to be doing along the way, by the way? Which I should probably ask after loading the next map. You follow the trail up until it stops in front of a church.
This makes sense. Church kidnapping children?
Yes.
I was gonna say, wow.
So now I guess I should ask, what are you all going to do? But also I should point out, whenever you get here, to your left, so it would be down south further, there are 3 men up on a hill that then yell at or wave at you and shout, "Hey! Hail there, travelers!"
Well, that's not an ambush.
Be careful what you're doing over there. That church is haunted.
By what?
Oh, we don't know yet. We haven't gone inside.
Then how do you know it's haunted?
It's a local legend of this. Can you come up here so we can stop yelling?
Should we go up there?
Graya just shrugs and swings out of the back of the cart, starts loping up.
Mr. Gator might as well go.
Why the heck
Struts
not?
up with his cane.
We'll follow in the back of the group.
He's got his hand on his chains, but he's rather calm otherwise.
I should also note that this church is lightly dilapidated. I was gonna say moderately, but that would imply it's got like holes and shit in it. It's mostly just abandoned with some indications of abuse. The people on the hill, whenever you get up there, you notice that they are all dressed in robes. And they will ask, well, what brings the lot of you here?
Oh, a child's life is in danger. Thanks for. You want to help?
She in danger from what? The
Oh, you know,
the church.
haunted things. Strange men in robes, perhaps. Priests, I think they're called.
Is this your church?
The one in the front will turn around to the others. And he will say, surely the church itself couldn't have endangered a child, no.
The church itself? No. The people inside the church. And those who
I
work
didn't
in it?
see it walk over here. The church, I mean.
So what's this about
If a
child?
church walked, I would run.
Church mimic. Gargantuan creature.
Oh,
Oh, you fucking
Oh,
joke.
God.
You guys haven't seen the walking mausoleums.
Oh, I've already got one.
And that church's name? Alexander. It has a bell tower on the top of it instead of or a fucking clock tower on top instead of a bell tower.
Here you go.
Anyways, they will say that, this is a church of Shellen. We are actually from we're from the nearby, oh my god, the word. Abbott?
Abby?
Abbey, there you go. We're from a nearby abbey that have come here to check up on this church. It's rumored to have been haunted for years now, and we were going to see about consecrating it.
can you do that from the outside?
Oh no, we would have to be inside to do that. We haven't worked up the courage to begin trying yet.
Can you consecrate it after we're done?
But of course,
Did you say something about a child?
no, that was. You said there was a child in danger, right? But
I brought up that.
Did we?
You said
I
there
did.
was
I
something-
said that.
Yeah, someone yelled about them.
That is why we are here. Did you all forget? Do I need to hand
Already?
out the healing tonics? How many fingers am I holding up?
So, you guys are from a temple, and you don't want to go in there? What kind of martial art do you practice?
oh, we don't. We're not priests of battles, you see. We're much more cloistered.
Oh. Graya leans over to the rest of the group and whispers, eunuchs.
Did you see that wagon arrive?
Oh no, we figured it's been here for a while. Everything else seems to be.
Okay, so You don't know if anyone showed up. You don't know if there's a kid in there, but you know it's haunted because you came to cleanse it.
Yes, that's the most of it. We have seen things moving through the stained glass, but it's not like you can exactly see through them very well.
What would make you assume haunting versus just squatters?
Graya kind of scratches her neck. I don't know about disturbing any spirits. Usually we don't mess with those.
We've had reports from all kinds of people that they've gone in and seen things out of the corner of their eyes, or heard things, or suddenly got chills down their spines. We've been meaning to get around to cleansing the church, but we could never get a group to come check it out.
Did you not ask in town?
Well, we never found anybody that would take us up on the offer of, inspecting a haunted area.
Yeah, that's because we weren't around to take care of everything.
Then I would like to, since you approached from the hill, you would also see this side. There you go.
Spooky tree.
I'll just leave you there.
Okay, so did anyone bring any fruit or incense?
Oh, well, we've brought some incense and offerings for the consecration, of course, but
I'm confused. Why are we waiting for us to go in before the priests go in?
So, I want to think about this for a bit. So, two questions here. So, this is Alex Gator thinking. One, is this like? Does this look like a church of Shelyn?
you would not know any of the markings to determine that.
Okay. The other question that I have is, do these look like practitioners of Shelyn?
Same thing, basically, but they are dressed in priestly attire. By the way, in this system, fucking insight is just perception. Of all the things they decided to roll together, that's a weird one.
Alas.
I think there may be a
religion's
feat to do insight with society, though.
Perhaps. But I was just hoping that I would have the knowledge to know something one way or the other. Well, we were here for other reasons anyways. We might as well take a look. Unless somebody has an objection.
Graya just shrugs.
Do we see any of the shapes currently moving through the stained glass?
Well, you're not on the side to see the windows right now, so no. You'd have to go around the sides instead of the front.
Shall we case the perimeter then?
There probably should be windows in the front of the building, but I didn't put any there. Oh well, I guess.
I think casing would not be a bad idea.
Then walk with me, Mr. Abner. Or Mr. Fairchild.
Do you plan on going inside then?
after we make sure the outside is not trapped or perhaps has a better point of ingress.
Well, I cannot offer you any. Actually, I can offer you some aid. But if any of you happen to need healing after you've come back, we'll be waiting up here.
We can't be waiting slightly closer.
No.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Doctor, but generally wounds are time sensitive.
It's really good to stop the wound from getting worse as soon as reasonably possible, yes? Oh, speaking of wounds, do you mind picking up any particularly large rocks and throwing them at anyone that isn't us? That would be very helpful.
Except unless they're children. Please don't throw rocks at children.
Yes.
Yeah, that would kind of... If we're about to be attacked by a bunch of children, I don't know how to feel.
So if you go along the outside here, you can see here specifically that there is a shallow hole that you can see going into the basement of the church, and there is a lot of moist dirt here and roots growing out of the basement. Otherwise, you can see things moving through the windows occasionally, but not too well. It could just be the light coming in.
Can we get an approximate assessment on height based on,
Height of the windows?
well, the height of the windows relative to the height of the movement?
It's about ground level. There are windows in the top of the chapel, though, so it could be light coming in and hitting the floor.
Either way, do we think we should plug this hole?
I was just thinking that. Though that much root growth implies there's a good aquifer below here, otherwise it wouldn't be growing like that. But if we plug this hole, whatever's been digging it, it's at least stuck down there.
Doesn't that mean water?
That is what... Yep.
Last time we went in the water, it didn't turn out very well.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll have to be very careful this time.
Yes, and it turned out to be a back entrance for the goblins.
Full of lobsters that
Tell
probably
you
would have
what,
killed us.
if we find some water, we'll tell the holy men it's a
Yes.
spring.
Can all of you give me a hidden perception? Graya, give yours a +1.
I don't know what I rolled.
Atticus and Abner, the two that happen to be the closest to it coincidentally, you can notice in this particular area a gross irony, not irony, stench coming from this area in general as well.
What's it smell?
Like blood?
It's
Correct.
blood.
You can see and smell what appears to be a pool of blood in this area that is bubbling up through the ground and soaking into the soil.
That's not natural. I hope.
That is quite the ominous sign for the fate of that child.
Those previous people did say that the people who went in came out, right?
They didn't mention any people at all. Well, a long time ago, yes, they came out because they would have to have a report of it.
I'm assuming, I'm not a doctor, that a child does not have very much blood, so that would probably be more than one child or person.
It is
something else.
possible they kept the child and bled it not to death, but until it replenished more blood and then bled it some more.
I think it's only been about a day.
You're right, that's not sufficient amounts of time for a
Or-
child to replenish blood.
Whoops. I should have made that private.
I don't think it would have. Well, if you're recalling knowledge, it would, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there anything that I would know of that would be like a source of a pool of blood or something that's like a pool of blood, but maybe not necessarily is a pool of blood? Unfortunately, I don't know how to make that roll blind to myself now that I've rolled it.
So you have detected it already. So I guess that means I should give you what it is. This is specifically a haunted area. And there are ways to appease the spirits that, you could check every sheet. Okay, this is everybody but Graya. You can attempt to appease the spirits or bless the area through diplomacy, occultism, or religion. Think of this as a trap that you have now spotted, and the rolls will be to disarm it, basically.
Yeah, Graya does that like nature spiritualist shit.
Well, my occultism's pretty good, so I can try to appease the spirit that way.
While I do have religion, I do have diplomacy. I will choose diplomacy over religion
Yeah,
for
same.
reasons.
I don't have religion, but I'm decent on diplomacy.
Yeah, what's your diplomacy at? Maybe I can just help you.
+5.
Yeah, I have a +7.
Might be better for me to help you then.
Sure, we can try it. First you have to roll your diplomacy. And if it's 20 plus, I think, it gives me +1 to my roll.
Is that a secret roll or?
No.
Yep. Okay. Not feeling very diplomatic.
I can't see the result.
Oh, darn it. Hold on. There was more than that. Hold on. Okay, that was weird. There's a 7. So
Oh no. A crit fail means I have a negative to my roll. So this is at a -1. No
How do
worries.
crit fails work on aid?
On aid, it's possible to make things worse.
Yeah, but what's...
I think it's just
what is
-1.
the failure?
Yeah, I think it is just -1.
How do you determine if it's a crit fail, though? Is it based on the...
If
the
it's
DC's
10 below
20,
20, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's just 20, okay.
I think there's feats that make it higher. I'm not super familiar with the aid system, but I know just the basics. Here's my diplomacy. A 17.
Is that with the -1?
Yeah, 17 with a -1.
They are not pleased.
Can I
They're
go?
unwilling to negotiate, says Gumber.
I'll let you go, but not use diplomacy.
That's fine. I was going to use occultism anyways.
Do it.
Is this a public roll or no?
It is, yeah. It's just against the DC, and the DC is... You don't know it, so...
Hey, 18.
Nothing different. 18.
You don't have a -1, so it does actually work this time.
Whoa, wow.
The spirits are appeased,
Oh, hey.
and the blood does happen to dissipate.
Graia's like, what was that all about?
Something foul and terrible has happened.
It's okay. I think he cured it.
And now is when I should be asking you what you're going to be doing during your exploration activities.
Your Honor truly is a great and powerful judge.
Oh, God.
He can even judge the spirits of the damned.
Oh, no.
I guess. Wow, perception's pretty bad. I think. Garmrum's just gonna take his weapon out. It's a meteor hammers. He's gonna start like kinda doing that intimidating walk where he swings one end around in circles. Trying to deter things from attacking them by looking fierce.
Mr. Gator's already got his stylish cane gun out because he walks with it like it's a cane.
So fancy.
I'm going to attempt to avoid notice, which is probably kind of comical given the giant knoll with guns.
He slab squats and then walks on his tiptoes.
Uh,
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's at least one exploration action missing from you guys' list. And that may be
no.
because it's trained.
It's probably because it's trained. Who knows?
So, shall we venture in?
Let.
yeah, I mean, after watching you guys play with a tree for a minute, Graia's just gonna go to the front door.
Oh no, wait, it's on there. I'm just dumb. The front door, eh?
Yeah, she'll kick it in if she has to.
Mr. Gator,
Oh. Yes.
give me a perception.
Blind?
I don't think so because it's a DC again.
Wait, do I roll it blind or no?
No.
Critical.
You notice that the front door is moving a little bit. However, there is currently no wind.
He's going to hold out his arm and stop Graya.
What?
Look. And then he gestures with his cane to the edge of the door. Do you see that? It's moving.
Doors are designed to move.
Yes, but there's nothing moving it.
Oh, what? You think it's a trap?
Could be.
Shoot it.
We did not really properly case the building, did we, Mr. Fairchild?
No, we stopped at the blood pool.
Yes, we got distracted. I propose we continue to check the exterior and perhaps find a